In this video, I'm setting up my brand new Carpe Diem Traveler's Notebook and some of the inserts inside, so stay tuned. Hi, it's Kiara from the Hooting Pirate, and I'm so excited for this video because I'm setting up my Cream Dot TN from Carpe Diem with this fantastic, beautiful Dream On collection. Okay, so I do videos here like this where I help you make your planner pretty, but I also have videos to make that planner work for you so that it's actually keeping you organized. So if that is something that you would enjoy, then hit that subscribe button and let's get into it. Okay, so first of all, I switched out the insert because I thought that the dark floral one was a bit too dark for this collection, and I wanted something a little bit more fun for summer. So I switched them from the floral typewriter one, and I just switched them out. But you'll see later that I switched again. So now I'm just choosing papers because what I'm going to do. See there, I switch it back because it doesn't really match the pink, and I wanted something a little more vibrant. So what I'm going to do with these papers is I'm simply going to cover the inserts, because the craft is nice, but these papers are fantastic. So I wanted to use these pretty papers and really just put lots of color in my TN. So when I open it up, it makes me smile. Now, covering up these inserts isn't always easy because you've got to get it right on, or you're going to see a little bit of craft, or it's going to hang off. This is probably my favorite way to glue it on first and then trim it, but it's still not going to be straight. There's no perfect way. I actually think I would, next time, I'll pull the cover right off and use the paper as the cover. That way the inside of the cover isn't craft either. You have a pretty cover on the inside. One really big tip that I have for you is when you cover the insert, make sure that the insert stays closed. Because if you open the insert flat, then when you go to close it with the paper, it's not going to be long enough. So it's going to pull and it won't close properly. If you fold the paper over the insert when it's closed, then it may buckle when it's open, but at least it's going to be able to close it open and move, and you've got lots of room for everything. Okay, so they're all covered, and now I'm going to put them into the TN, and just sort of going to get the order the way I like it, because here, as you can see, I don't like the two different black and white polka dots, the inside of the cover, and then the first insert. So I'm just moving them around so that the colors are nice and everything sort of matches and nothing's too clashy or too much of the same thing at once. And then I'm going into the cut apart sheets, which I absolutely love, because next up I'm going to be decorating the pockets. I love decorating pockets. They're so much fun. Just because when your pockets are decorated and you open that planner, it just makes you smile. And then it makes everything more fun. And then you're more happy to do all those tasks that are on your to-do list when you get into that other stuff, which sometimes isn't quite as fun. So keeping on with the pockets, I'm going through the die cuts and just picking out ones that I think might work. Next is the chipboard, because I want to make some paper clips, because if you followed me for any amount of time, you know that I love making planner clips out of these chipboard pieces. So that's what I'm doing here, and it's just a little bit of hot glue. And if you can push that, if you can push the chipboard back through keeping the backing, then you just lift it up and hot glue it back on. And that one I use too because it's really wide, and you'll see what I do with it in a second when I put it into the TN and that little butterfly cube. But the rainbow is my favorite. Okay, so these are fun. I like to back some of the square stickers so that when I put them in they don't stick to the planner, but then I can also flip them and have them back to back. So I'll do that probably 9 times out of 10. Now the key to perfect pockets every time is variety. You want variety in color, you want variety in size, and you want variety in shape, so that it's a good mix and nothing sort of like, you don't have all kinds of turquoise in one spot, all kinds of pink in another, a bunch of little small things over here and a bunch of little big things over there. No, everything's all mixed up, and you get a balance so it looks good and it's pleasing to the eye. So see, there's where I put the clip. So I really like everything that I put in the pockets, but it just seemed to be lacking something, a little bit of pizzazz, I guess. So that's why I'm cutting down these little squares of pattern paper, and I'm adding them behind the clip there, and then behind the roller skate to make it to pop a little bit more. And then of course I have to have a little bit of black because I just love a little bit of black washi. These stickers are getting stuck actually into the TN, but for the most part, I will, if I put stickers directly on it, oftentimes I will touch them to the back of my hand just to sort of get a little bit of the stickiness off of them so they don't stick really bad to the TN and leave residue when I go to change it up for the next time I do my pockets. Okay, so now I'm on to the insert, and I'm just taking some of the cards that I cut out earlier and deciding which one I want to put, and I go with the Dream Big because it's awesome. Then I'm adding some washi and some puffy stickers because I want to highlight the card without overwhelming it. So I'm just sort of adding a few little bits and pieces to the edges to sort of frame it. And I had trouble with that one. I'm going to come back to it after. And then we're on to the next one. And I really like this combination of the soft pastels of the rainbow card with that bold black and white polka dot. On this card, I'm going to add a cluster of stickers up in the corner, and I'm going to layer them on top of each other just to sort of highlight the card, but not take away from that sweet, fun little rainbow, which is my favorite. The rainbow really is my favorite. I guess it's those fun colors and those happy little clouds that just make me smile. All right, so I'm pretty much done on this one, and next up, we're going to move on to this floral. This one was tough. The cards that I had already cut out didn't match. They sort of, well, they matched, but they sort of blended in and they didn't really stand out. So then I went to look for a bolder card, and I went with the unicorn, and it really looks better than the other ones that I had already chosen. And I'm trying the washi, but it doesn't really work. It's too bold on the bold, so I just ditch it and try another one, but that one doesn't work either, so I just left it and added a little tab instead. And that was a simple one because it's the both patterns were so bold, the dark turquoise and all those flowers. It was just best to leave it sort of plain. With the little polka dots of this next insert, the cards that I had already cut out sort of blended in and they didn't stand out. So that's why I went out and cut another one. It's this mermaid with the dark turquoise. It really stands out off of the polka dots. And I just added, I don't know if you noticed, I added a little saying on the back. I like having a little thing at the bottom of the backs of all my inserts. It's just fun. I don't always do that, but it's just a fun little addition. So now I'm back to that first one because it's not really sitting right with me. And it's the insert that you see when you first open my TN. So I want it to be the best one. I want it to be awesome. So there goes the puffy rainbow. Rainbow again, I love it. But it just sort of blended in, rainbow on rainbow, so I added the black to make it pop off, and then I decided to do the same thing down here with the unicorn and the heart, and I really, really like how it turned out. I like things sticking out of the sides and the top of my planner. It's just really fun. But since I haven't set up the inside of the inserts yet, I'm going to add a tab to July so that I can find it easily. But also just because I want something to stick out. I'm adding those little plastic tab covers to make sure that everything stays. So here are the pockets. I love it, so fun. And the first insert, and a flip through the rest of the inserts so you can see them all now that it's all finished. Now this back flap of this new TN, it's a flap instead of the old ones was a slit. If you have a slit in the back cover of your planner, make sure you come back tomorrow because I have a fantastic video with 5 ways to use that back pocket without losing stuff down inside. So make sure you subscribe so that you won't miss it. Hit my little face there, and have a fantastic day and happy planning.